Hey golf people, we just hit 40,000 subscribers, and from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. Not the 40,000 people out there, thank you, because without you, there would never be a 40,000. This is our 40K AMA. Basically, ask me anything that you want and I'm gonna answer it. And I'm gonna answer every single comment that came in. If you took the time to ask the question, I'm gonna take the time to answer the question here. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Mystic Llama asks me, not taking value for money into account, what's your favorite set of irons you've ever played? Bar none, for me, that was the Mizuno MP33s. I love those clubs. I thought for a blade, at least, they were very forgiving. It gave me enough forgiveness, but it also made me a better player. And that you played those clubs when I was in my mid-20s. I was a good ball striker, better ball striker back then, I should say. I still was never a great ball striker, but I was better then. Yeah, just if you've got the distance, which I was definitely stronger then, they were a great club for me. I always have fond memories of my MP33s. Christopher Sherman, he is one of our channel members. And by the way, channel membership gives you some exclusive perks, including I always answer your comments first. I follow you on social media. You've got special videos that are just for channel members. There's a lot of perks for it. You can check that out. But Christopher has been a channel member for a long time, and I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for all the support. Christopher asked me, have you thought about doing a travel blog of you playing different courses and surprise games with some of your VIPs? It would be a win. Awesome chance to play new courses, meet members, and make amazing content. Well, Christopher, I don't know if you've seen this. Hopefully you have, but we are actually doing a Let's Play Thru meetup on October 1st. I actually posted about it in the community tab, and that is a chance for us all to get together, share stories, and you get to play golf with me, get to be on an episode of Let's Play Thru, get to test out some of the equipment that you see on the show, because I'll have it out there in like a demo day type of experience out on the range. So really fantastic. If you ever wanted to play with me, that's probably your best chance to do it, October 1st. The link to that is actually letsplaythru.com/meetup if you want to get all the details. So I'd love to see all of you there. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. But getting back to the travel blog portion of your question, in fact, it looks like I'm trying to finalize the details right now, but I will be taking a trip to Ireland here in September and filming a lot of travel vlog content. That's a passion of mine. For all of you who were the original viewers of this channel, you know this channel started out as a travel golf vlog. That was the ethos of Let's Play Thru, and probably what makes the name make a little bit more sense for the channel Let's Play Thru. But we're gonna try to get back to that. As the channel is starting to mature, I feel like it's time to add back some of that element, and there's such beautiful golf courses out there in the world that I'd love to show you, and I'd love to actually organize a trip for viewers out to Ireland here very, very soon. If that is of any interest to any of you who are watching this, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to go on a trip like that and experience something like that. And maybe we will make it happen in 2023 and beyond. But in the meantime, October 1st, take a look at that event. And if you can make it, love to see you there. Justin Hancock asks me, he's currently a 17 handicap. He's playing the Cobra Fly XL irons, which is a package set of irons. And he's just not sure if he's ready to step up into a more players iron, getting out of the game improvement category and stepping into something that's a little harder to hit. And so, Justin, fantastic question. My answer to you is, first of all, you know when you're ready, but more so than that, when you are ready to play bad golf and when you're ready to have a few rounds where you're not going to score so well, that's when you know that you're ready to step into the players iron category. It's going to take some adjustment time, and some people just are not ready. They're not ready to go out there and make a fool of themselves, to top a few shots, to hit some shots right or left, and to fly some greens. And that's gonna happen. Anytime you change equipment, you're probably gonna have a few errant shots, if not a lot of errant shots out there on the golf course, out on the range when you're practicing. You've got to be mentally strong enough to be able to say, this is a part of the process. This is one step as I improve my game. And when you're ready to do that, that's when I'd say you're ready to step into the players iron category. But in terms of handicap at 17, you're right about there. I think it's probably time, and you don't know until you try. For all of us, golf is a constant challenge, and that's a theme you'll probably hear as we progress here today, but great question, Justin, and good luck if you do step up into the player's iron category. Good luck to you, man. Gil Leonard is up next. Gil, I see your comments all the time on the videos. Thank you very much, man, for being a huge supporter and contributor here to Let's Play Thru. Gil asks, will the Cobra putter be staying in the bag? And he's referring to the new putter that I've been playing the last couple of episodes. It's not actually a new putter, it's actually a putter I tested out last year, and I played with it for about a month, really enjoyed it, and I did go back to my Sax Parente, but I've been missing a few putts, especially short putts with the Sax Parente, and so I figured why not just give it a shot. I'm changing irons here anyways, why not change the putter as well, or at least give another putter a shot. So the one I'm actually playing is the Sport 45 from Cobra. It's got a sick face, it's a really fantastic putter. I really just love the balance, and I seem to make a lot of long putts with this putter. We may go back to the Sax eventually. That's what I did last year, but right now I'm really enjoying it. I'm draining some really long putts, and I'm making those short putts as well with this putter. So the Cobra is gonna be staying in the bag for a little bit anyways. Gary McDonald asks, I keep hearing from different people about how good one length irons have been for their game, specifically the Cobra Forge Tech. Have you ever tried them, and what are your thoughts on one length irons? Gary, great question. My thoughts are I'd love to try them. I have not tried them. I do think the innovation here is a great one for a lot of us mere mortals because it uncomplicates the golf swing. Instead of swinging a variety of irons at different lengths and having to change the stance and where the ball sits in your stance every single time you get up to hit a shot, I think it's one less thing to think about. And I think it could be great for a lot of people. So I'm definitely planning on trying these myself, and I highly recommend that if you're considering, give it a shot. Joshua Martins asked me, any real advice for someone who's starting out in golf? Maybe give a master class for beginners. And here's what I'll say, Joshua. I actually have a series of videos, how to play better golf. It's a playlist that you can find here on the channel. That's where I'll put my advice videos. I am not a golf teacher. I have been playing golf for basically my entire life. And so there's some things I feel like I am qualified to teach and some things I'm not. Those videos I feel like don't get a ton of views and a ton of push and traction on YouTube as a whole. But for me, they're some of the most fulfilling videos I actually make. And when I make those videos, I'm thinking of my kids a lot of times. It's advice that I'd love to pass down to them. And I think about beginner golfers especially as well. So hopefully you'll check them out and get some value from them as well. Thank you, Joshua, for the question. Next question up, Justin Nelson asks, for the new player starting out, do you suggest going with a set of offset irons or non-offset? At this point, really almost all irons have some offset to them. There's very, very few irons that you're gonna find out there that do not. And I would say certainly golf is hard enough. Whatever you could do in the beginning, Justin, to make the game a little bit easier and not have you pulling your hair out and snapping clubs over your knee is probably a good thing. So by all means, in the beginning, get as much help as you can, and you can step into those better players' irons as you progress through the game. Good question. Next up is Brad Kirish. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, but Brad, I see a lot of your comments all the time as well, so thank you again for all the support here. Brad asks, what's been your most surprising experience in starting on YouTube? There's been so many. That's such a fantastic question. There has been so many surprising things, but to me the most surprising thing is that the videos that probably are the easiest for me to produce, that don't have all the production quality, are actually the ones that seem to get the most traction and the highest amount of views on YouTube. So I'm thinking about when I went to Costco and bought everything that Costco makes in terms of golf. That series of videos was like 1 million views, or maybe 1.5 million views now, which is crazy. The other big videos on my channel where I actually just tested golf balls in their balance in salt water. I did it out by my pool here a couple months ago. That video did very, very well. So sometimes it's the simplest ideas that are the most effective here on YouTube, but that is just one of many lessons I've learned and continue to learn, because I'm always trying to get better and improve and continue to give you guys better and better content. But great question. Brett Kester asks, what would be my dream bag setup? And money is no object, and they could have come out from whenever. That's no object as well. To me, I am always chasing perfection. I know, first of all, that perfection does not exist when it comes to golf equipment, but I am always going to continue to chase it. So I wouldn't necessarily be looking back in the past. I feel like whatever clubs are in my bag currently are going to be my best chance of scoring out there. As golf clubs continue to improve, even if it's micro improvements, I'm gonna try testing and getting the club that I think is closer and closer to that perfect club for me. So right now, what's in my bag? Well, I don't have a set of irons. I'm testing currently what those irons are going to be, but right now the Rogue ST driver, I've actually got a super club that I am building with a shaft that you actually mentioned in this question, and I'm gonna leave it at that, but you're gonna be seeing a video on that very soon. But the Rogue ST driver is fantastic. I love my Ping G425 3-wood. I haven't found one I liked better yet. And I still like my Wilson C300 hybrid. I think there's probably a better club out there that could go a little bit longer, but man, it's consistent and it's got a great shaft on it as well. So maybe I'll try that shaft in a new hybrid head here this year, but it's always currently what I've got in my bag. And right now, as of me making this video in terms of irons, we're yet to see what those irons are. But I don't get stuck on something, and I really am not a person that lives in the past. I'm always looking forward here. So we'll see what my dream bag setup is, but we'll know that here in about a month. I'm sorry if I didn't answer that question exactly like you wanted it, but that's the answer I've got for you. Ross Strange asks, I'm currently gaming a really old school hickory shaft Carnoustie Aim Rite putter. I had to look this one up, and man, that's a pretty cool putter, Ross. And he's asking what's something a little bit more modern and something that could potentially replace that with some better technology. So looking at that putter, it's a very basic blade style putter, no frills really. I think something that's current and modern that's really close to that putter is going to be the Wilson Staff 8802 milled putter. Take a look at that one. It's also a really great price point. It's $60 for that putter. So that's one I would definitely consider. But as I was just kind of doing a little more research for you, I stumbled across this, and it's not something I've ever played myself, but I think it could potentially work exactly for what you're wanting. And it's called the WD Crossbow putter. It's pretty much a modern take on that old school Carnoustie Aim Rite that you've got. It's got the same super thin profile, and I think it could be something that you'll want to test out. So the WD Crossbow putter, again, never tried it in my life, but it popped up in my research here. I think it could be what you're looking for. And if it is, let me know, Ross. That would be really cool. Sal Zapponi, or Zappone, again, if I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry. Let me know what it is in the comments. But can I do reviews on putters? And I do a few reviews on putters. The thing about a putter though, and what makes it tough to really do a review on it, is putter technology honestly does not advance so much in my mind like irons and drivers tend to advance. And really a putter, a great putter to me, is going to be such a personal thing. It's really the most personal club in the bag for anyone, in my opinion at least. What matters about a putter is your confidence and standing over that putt and thinking that you can really truly make this putt. That's the X factor. You've got to be confident over that putt. So that's probably why you don't see so many reviews. As I find putters that I think really do level up the game, I'll certainly put these on the channel, and I've got 4 or 5 putter reviews on this channel already, including the fabulous KS1 from Costco, which I think is a fantastic putter at an incredible price point. That sort of thing you will see, but in general, I probably won't be flooding the channel with putter videos just because, again, it's so personal. M. Lopez asks, which drill do you frequently practice to improve your golf swing and ball compression? I actually don't do any drills. I practice my swing out on the range. I tweak things if need be, but really I try not to mess with my swing too much because I feel like I've got a pretty consistent swing. I know where the ball's going, and I'm just not at the place right now in my game, kind of like the question we asked earlier, when should you change clubs? It's the same thing with doing drills and trying to change your swing. I'm not ready right now to play poor golf. If I was, then I would start tweaking. I'd try to gain a little bit more distance, maybe try to shallow my swing a little bit more or change the way I impact the ball. But I'm not at the point right now where I'm ready to make that change. It's different for everyone. For some people, they're always tweaking their swing. My friend Wade is always changing his swing just a little bit, trying to make improvements. I feel like I've really, I have my good days and my bad days, but for the most part, I'm pretty dialed in, and I don't really feel like messing that up right now. And so there's no drills I can really offer you, unfortunately, but I'm all for you improving. And so if there's a drill that works for you, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know. All right, next one is Unbox Boy. I'd like to ask what you think of the Callaway Strata set for intermediate players. Intermediate players, probably not the right set because that's more of a beginner set. If you're an intermediate player, meaning to me, that means you're playing maybe 20 and under or 25 and under. I think at that point, you're probably ready to step up into some game improvement clubs. Like I used to swing the Sim 2, sell something like that along that line. Not necessarily that brand, but along those that range of type of clubs. Ping makes some great game improvement clubs as well. There's plenty of them out on the market. I think it's probably, if you're a mid-handicap, mid-range player, intermediate player, it's time to probably step up sooner than later. C. Thompson asks, what's your favorite bag setup? Do you always use the same setup? Do you change it at times depending on the course? I assume you're talking about the clubs, like the types of clubs in my bag. So my favorite bag setup is the one I've pretty much always have, which is driver, 3-wood. I play a 3 hybrid. A lot of people have suggested 5-wood instead, but I just love being able to get cut through the rough and even play that club out of a bunker. I feel like a 5-wood would be a little bit harder, not impossible, but a little bit harder. I feel like the 3 hybrid just gives me a little bit more flexibility. And then I go 4-iron through pitching wedge. I have a gap wedge, sand wedge, and what do you call it? Lob wedge. So I go 50, 54, 58. That's my setup. I used to go like 52, 56, 60, but with clubs being stronger now, I definitely think that it helps my gapping having wedges that are a little stronger as well. For the most part, like 99% of the times I play, that's my setup. Well guys, it turns out I need to break this video into a few pieces because it's just getting so very long. We had almost 100 questions come in between Instagram and YouTube. So thank you to every one of you who left a question, and I promise you it's going to get answered as long as you put that question in before Friday when I recorded all the answers. I'll catch you back here very soon on another edition of Let's Play Thru.